You're watching The American on ESPN. A gorgeous day in Dallas, Texas for American basketball. SMU trying to hit 20 wins, trying to stay in line for a double bye in the American Athletic Conference Tournament, bringing in a UTSA team that's playing really well over the last 3 games. John Liddle with Burton and Breanna Sorensen. Great to have you with us as well. SMU's played really well, especially at home in conference play, Brian. Samuel Williamson's been a big reason for that, and Rob Lanier wants him to have a huge game.
Yeah, really important. Only a few games left for the Rockwall native, former McDonald's All-American. He's the X factor for this team. When Samuel Williamson plays well, their chances to win go significantly much higher.
UTSA has the leading bench scorer in the league by far in Jordan Ivy Curry. What a player this young man is. Instant offense off the bench.
Yeah, one of the most talented offensive players in this conference. Had a 38-point outburst earlier this season, and just always a big threat for a big game.
Third member of our crew, Breanna Sorensen, is in now. Bree, what has the message been for Rob Lanier's bunch after they've lost 2 straight?
Yeah, that's right. After a rough last 2 games for the Mustangs, losing to 2 very good South Florida and Florida Atlantic teams, Coach Lanier said he's been really proud with the way this team has handled the adversity. It shows how connected they are. After winning 6 games in a row and then losing 2, he said, you know, a lot of teams can get chippy with each other and start pointing fingers, but not this Mustang team. They all held each other accountable. They all took care of their actions, took care in practice, and he said now they're ready to turn things around here today.
You see how things started in February for SMU, playing so well, 6-0, finished 0-2. But Brian, we've got to remember, I mean, they played 2 of the top teams in the league on the road in Florida Atlantic and South Florida.
Yeah, and they played some good basketball in those games. I mean, obviously those 2 teams are at the top of this conference for a reason. I mean, I think you said it right there, just being glued together. They have a lot of guys in this team that can contribute. The fact that they are where they are in the standings, but they're still playing for something, playing with purpose.
Oh, Zurich Phelps got his man up in the air. Carter bumps him. Phelps, the leading scorer for the Mustangs, knocks it down plus the foul.
Yeah, I love when Phelps is able to get to the line early in games. Good job being able to attack and get kind of that Dwayne Wade shot fake to get you in the air, lean in. When Phelps gets to the line early in games, he gets to make free throws. It gets him even more engaged. Just so much maturity. Coach Lanier raved about how much he is all in at this point in time in his career with SMU and doing a great job leading as well.
Phelps coming off 11 points at USF, 15 at FAU. Not the best games of his career, but it's not necessarily the numbers Lanier is concerned about right now. You're exactly right. It is what he does leadership-wise. He's really walking the walk and talking the talk. Up the floor, Ricardo Wright on his way to the cup, takes it for 2, and SMU gets out in transition better than almost anybody in this league. UTSA also a good team in transition. They had 31 fast break points last time out against Tulsa. Tyreek Smith coming off the backside to swat away P.J. Carter. Good defensive start for SMU so far.
Yeah, they've really set the tone. Here you see them, again, being aggressive. Here's the trap. You see 3 guys around the ball with the dig, and here you see them taking the turnover and getting easy buckets in transition from the stop.
Out of the corner, they love to loft 3s, and P.J. Carter knocks down his 39th of the season. UTSA makes about 10 a game. They put up 29 a contest.
Yeah, and that was a highly contested by 2 players shot. Great make by UTSA.
Edwards off the mark, but an easy putback by Smith over the smaller point guard, Christian Tucker.
Yeah, Smith makes it look easy. Just Coach talked about they need to get his power and his force back in the paint, and there you see a very forceful offensive rebound and putback by Smith.
Smith averaging 8 points, almost 6 rebounds a game. This one given away again. Wright has the steal. Lots of numbers. Edwards stopping underneath. The tap back by Williamson. Phelps trying to drop it off inside to Ambrose Hilton, who somehow collects it underneath and scores just like they drew it up.
I think that was just like he planned it.
Out of the corner, Tucker goes baseline, feeds it out to Ivy Curry, great shooter from deep, and fills it up over Phelps. Jordan Ivy Curry playing in his 100th career game. This is his 2nd stint with UTSA.
Yeah, 2nd stint, had a brief stint over at Pacific after getting to the portal and was able to have almost a 400-point year out there, and just a guy who really naturally can score the basketball at all levels.
But what they talked about, as Ivy Curry misses, is he was probably going to come off the bench when he came back to UTSA. and he's proven himself in that role and has been a huge asset in coming back to the Roadrunners. Really grown in his maturity this second time around. Welcome back to Dallas. SMU on top of UTSA by 5. John Liddle back with Brian Burton. Brian, take us through the keys to the game for this one.
Yeah, UTSA with their high-powered offense, they need that high-power offensive production from start to finish in this one. They need to limit second chance points for SMU as they love to get on the offensive glass. And then SMU must reestablish that defensive identity. They've done so from the start. And they need a high number of assists, and they need to be able to play fast. So far, SMU's been able to execute those keys. UTSA, a lot of game left, but those are the keys for them to be successful.
Let's head to the third member of our crew, Breanna Sorensen.
UTSA's Coach Henson said that even though this season has had a lot of frustrations for UTSA with a lot of really close games not ending in their favor, he's really proud of the way this team has stayed together. He said they had a losing streak that could have been detrimental mentally for the team, but they didn't let it get to them. Their chemistry motivated them to keep working and fighting. And so he said they come to practice every single day, no matter the outcome, and work with heart and determination to become better and better every single game.
Hey, thank you so much, Bree. A guy that played for Lon Kruger and then coached for Lon Kruger for a lot of years. No surprise, he likes the offensive game, Brian.
I mean, a big-time offensive player. Played in the NBA, coached some big-time players in Oklahoma like Buddy Hield, and just a terrific basketball mind, and has done a former Coach of the Year in this league, and definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to leading the Roadrunners. Great job. Again, SMU really setting the tone of sense of urgency, nothing easy.
Smith, a deep 2, but knocks it down. That breaks an 0-of-7 streak. SMU hadn't scored in their last 4 minutes. Welcome back into Dallas. SMU up on UTSA, 13-6, little under 12 left in the first half. And welcome in courtside here in Moody Coliseum, along with former college coach Brian Burton. I'm John Liddle. And Brian, this is a effort defensively that would make any coach proud, the way that SMU has come out and been relentless with their defensive onslaught.
Yeah, you just got to be impressed with the response, right? You go on the road, you play 2 of the top teams in this league, and you respond in this way to start the game. So that just shows, again, the buy-in for this team, the collective belief, the collective effort as far as what they want to accomplish. So really impressive start. We got a lot of ball game left to go.
Absolutely. Sitting right beside us to our left, former President George W. Bush, and of course, former First Lady Laura Bush. Great to see them in attendance for some big games down the stretch and a chance to get to 20 wins for SMU. A guy that can knock them down from 3, Jaheim Hudson, gives SMU some bonus offense to go up by 10.
Yeah, he's had some big games. You think about that North Texas game where he made threes in that one as well. He is a different weapon for this SMU attack.
Trey Edmonds has been good inside this season for UTSA, the transfer from Utah Tech, trying to get involved. That's his first 2.
Yeah, tough, physical, rugged type of player. They need to be able to get some of those interior points to match to go what they do normally from 3.
Another one for Hudson out of the corner, same place, different result, but an offensive rebound by Smith, and the stick back is accurate.
Yeah, you can feel the toughness that SMU has even from over here. The physicality initiated by Smith to create space on the offensive rebound, to be able to say, that's my ball, I want it. Not only am I going to get it, but I'm going to put it back.
And then right after, another giveaway, the 7th turnover by UTSA. So SMU has 7 offensive rebounds, Brian. They've also forced 7 turnovers.
Yeah, they've just, again, they've done the exact thing that they wanted to do. Make sure they make the first punch and then really defend at a high level where they're not going to get punched back.
Good look, but it comes up short by P.J. Carter, and a great chance at a run out for Ricardo Wright, attacking the defense and kissing it home.
I mean, you talk about a guy who has emerged on this team, an unexpected weapon off the bench. He has been absolutely awesome in so many games this season. Well, if there's a theme for this game, it is defense leading to offense. Transition from the stop, able to get easy baskets. Even though he made it look easy, it wasn't as easy as it looked. But another 2 points for Mustangs, and they love playing in transition, and their defense is definitely being reestablished this afternoon.
Let's go to our Breanna Sorensen.
Coach Lanier said that right now with the conference tournament right around the corner, the team is focusing on consistency on defense. He said they know how to play good defense. They've played it. They're currently first in the American in three-point defense and second from the field. They're just working on being consistent with it. He said they haven't been able to play great defense for 3 games in a row yet. And in the American Conference tournament, you're going to have to play great defense against 3 different opponents for at least 3 days in a row at the least. So consistency on defense is the Mustangs' main focus right now. And as Coach Lanier says, when this team is at their best offensively, it's all because of that defense turning into offense like we just saw.
Tearing into the lane off the jump stop. Fuller spinning. That is a tough shot for Dre Fuller Jr.
Yeah, even the shots that they're making, that was a great shot, but really hard to be able to get that.
Roadrunners can make it a one-possession game. That's exactly what Jordan Ivy Curry does with a wing 3. Here comes Jordan Ivy Curry.
Yeah, Curry doing what Curry does. There's another guy named Curry in Golden State that does something similar way downtown in transition.
SMU on top of UTSA 21-19 in a late season American Athletic Conference game. And over the course of this year, SMU has had 3 different players reach the 1,000-point club. Chuck Harris, Zurich Phelps, and Samuel Williamson, the last 2 to do it pretty recently here, both against Tulane. A lot of experience on this club and a lot of guys that can put the ball in the basket as well. A 3 could give the Roadrunners the lead. Fuller does the honors. UTSA on a 14-0 spurt to go in front in Dallas. Phelps wide open, great look, but way off the mark. Williamson tracks down the board though. Great unselfish look. Jalen Smith puts an end to the UTSA run.
He's been a big part of this run though. Played well, made that last 3 and has shown that confidence.
Jordan Ivy Curry with 8 points. I mean, just right in the eye of a much taller player in Jalen Smith.
Getting more confidence playing together.
Out of the corner, another 3-pointer by Jordan Ivy Curry. And this UTSA team has knocked down 4 of their last 5 threes, but in response, Zurich Phelps skips to the hoop for an and 1.
Get 3 the hard way that time. Phelps said, we're not going to waste any time while you celebrate your 3. We're going to go the other way off of the make and get 3 the hard way.
First half, John Liddle back with Brian Burton, and UTSA back into this thing thanks to their 3-point shooting.
Yeah, 9 assists as well, sharing the rock, and you see him doing it in transition, in the half court, baseline out of bounds. They're not easy shots, but that's what this team loves to do. That's about the best look, one of the best looks they've gotten all game, but once you get into a groove and you start shooting 46% from 3, you think anything can go in.
6th in D1 in 3-point attempts per game at 29, and then they're making almost 10. That ranks number 16, and of course, leading the conference in both of those numbers. Jordan Ivy Curry, an efficient 3 of 3 from outside in the first half. And then Carter pitching in with a 2-for-4 outing as well. But not able to hit it, and Ivy Curry takes it away. They call him Juice. He's loose. It's tied up. Then off the bench, almost 17 points a game overall. Hudson in the post. Great look for Hudson, who has stepped up off the bench and scored 7 himself, all the way through traffic. Neutral, somehow able to get it out. Ivy Curry on the backside for 3, and you knew that was going in even before he shot it. Phelps the hesitation. Didn't have what he wanted on the baseline. Gives it up. Smith crushes the 3.
Tough shot, but a much-needed shot by Smith.
Back in the fold with the Roadrunners. Trying to do damage in conference play. Phelps to the bucket and beats Edmonds with the speed.
Yeah, that switch, he had it last time. He passed it out to Jalen Smith, who got the 3, but he took advantage that time.
Welcome back in courtside here at Moody with former college coach Brian Burton. I'm John Liddle. Both sides had their little runs in the first half.
Yeah, it's kind of a tale of the first 10 minutes. Seemed like it was going to get away from UTSA, and then they responded in the next 10 minutes and played some awesome basketball.
They certainly did, but it was off the bench where a lot of the points were scored in that first half. Let's start with Jordan Ivy Curry.
Yeah, Curry was cooking. He was definitely making things easy for the UTSA offense, just taking it all on his shoulders, getting some easy ones in transition, and able to just really, again, be efficient from the field. Then you start making the hard ones like that. The basket looks like the state of Texas right now for this young man, as he has been playing awesome at his average for the half.
How about Jalen Smith keeping SMU in it offensively?
Yeah, both teams with players off the bench. UTSA's got 18 off the bench. SMU's got 19 off the bench, largely because of Jalen Smith. There you see the offensive rebound. Here you see him creating his own shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and then another three from the corner. Jalen Smith also did a good job making things hard on Ivory Curry on the other side when he was on it.
Breanna Sorensen got a chance to catch up with Steve Henson, the head coach of UTSA. What do you have to say, Bree?
Yeah, I first spoke to Coach Henson about what he liked about the first half, and he said he loved their on-ball defense. He said they've been communicating on switches. They're currently holding the Mustangs to 35% from the free field and then 25% from three. He said, on the other hand, he wants them to get their offense going faster. He said it took them way too long to get in that shooting groove in the first half, so he's hoping to come out strong with a bang-on offense in this second half.
But hey, once Jordan Ivy Curry got out there and started taking some shots, it all turned around. Thanks so much, Breanna Sorensen. 6 to shoot. Wright wants a screen, stepping back over a bigger player and burying a triple. UTSA can take the lead again on this trip. Fuller, little bully ball. Wow, what a move! All the way over the top of the outstretched arm of Tyreek Smith, who was trying to block the shot.
He made a face of sheer, like, I don't know how that went in. Desperation. That's what kind of night it has been for UTSA, and they force a turnover. Here they go.
Fuller gets it off for a lay-in by P.J. Carter, and UTSA's lead is 3.
Well, we talked about the toughness earlier from SMU, but this UTSA team, we talked about SMU responding to 2 losses. UTSA is responding to being down, and they are competing, but it is a ball game both ways. We got a little bit of a shootout as it's tied. More threes going down in this half for the Mustangs.
President Bush likes it. So does Steve Henson. Ricardo Wright hits the 3, and SMU takes a timeout, tied at 43. SMU, UTSA tied up at 43. John Liddle, Brian Burton, Breanna Sorensen back with you. You know, I got a chance to do the American Swimming and Diving Championships last week, and in diving, we would call this, Brian, a high DD play, a high degree of difficulty. What we just saw from UTSA's Dre Fuller.
Well, you know what you call this if you're talking ESPN talk. This is a Sports Center top 10 nominee.
I'll take that too.
In the air, double clutch, changes. What a spectacular finish by Fuller.
There's Jordan Ivy Curry at 18 in the first half. He was spectacular and continues his run. He's one of those guys, that first shot goes in either half, and watch out.
They want to get on the offensive glass. 2 of the best ways that they score.
Good slip for the 2-hand jam. Trey Edmonds rocks the rack.
We mentioned Sports Center top 10 plays. There might be another one as he goes up top off the ball screen. Nice passing, great finish.
Right, in transition, around and off, but Smith there for the 2-hand flush. This game's getting a little fun. SMU, transition opportunity, 3-on-3. Ricardo Wright for the lead. Ricardo Wright has 3 second-half triples.
Yeah, he has been the difference maker in the half.
At least 3 threes in 3 of his last 5 games. Extra pass, Ivy Curry attacking Smith. He says no, but Cutrell says he absolutely laying one in. Phelps, transition, off the glass and good against Tucker.
Got a little bit of a track beat on our hands. We thought we were watching a basketball game. Get your track shoes ready.
Lanier for 3, knock it down. Emery Lanier has made a name for himself this season from beyond the arc. He puts the ball in his hands with 22 points. Only to get it back, turn the corner, pull up from 15, fill it up.
Iverson screens at the top to clear some space.
Oh, Phelps blocked away by Juve. Ball out to Carter, gets loose with it, but somehow runs it in. UTSA coming in, their best 3-game stretch of the season. Smith blows by and 1. Ivy Curry only 7 to shoot. Low against Lanier into the lane. Stops on a dime. How did he hit that shot? SMU looking for that 20th win and trying to stay in the 4 spot at least, which would give them a double bye in the conference tournament. Smith, only 2 to shoot. Smith somehow makes his way to the hole. He's got a new career high, 15.
Yes, again, not a part of this game you see a lot from Smith, but you see the development of him. Here you see the ball screen, kind of stops and go, and acceleration. Again, you talk about a young man. He started a point guard last year, a lot of the year, if you guys remember, those that watched him, and was not super comfortable handling the ball and creating offense. But boy, has he continued to just get better, not only with his three-point shooting, but his ability to make plays with the ball in his hand.
Phelps, blow by, lay it in and one. Zurich Phelps, the sprint to the hoop to keep SMU out in front.
With 7 minutes left in the second half, SMU leads 62-59 over UTSA. Coach Lanier said that Jalen Smith is one of the most naturally gifted athletes out on the floor. He said you hear coaches throw around the term when a young player doesn't know how good they are, but that truly is Jalen. It speaks to his humility. Coach said that he's been in this business a long time and that he doesn't see a lot of players who can run and jump like Jalen. And little by little, he says Jalen is starting to see the player that Coach sees in himself. And we definitely have seen that confidence here tonight with his career-high 15 points.
You know, Jalen Smith, thank you so much, Bree, earned the nickname Backseat from Rob Lanier in the offseason. But he said you don't have to be always in the front seat. I'm not asking you to be in the driver's seat. At least ride shotgun sometimes. At least ride shotgun, but he stepped up doing some of that today. Let's talk about the Roadrunners, down by 4 right now. They've been able to stick with it the whole way. Only 8 to shoot for Carter. Wright trying to force him against the baseline, and a tough 2 for P.J. Carter. But that shot making is contagious for UTSA. 2-point game. Roadrunners looking for the tie or the lead on this trip. Fuller says, give it all to me. You can have it all, big man. UTSA in front. Gotten your money's worth. Jordan Ivy Curry is wearing a bandage on his right cheek as he takes it to the hole. Cut me. Cut me. Curry cuts to the hole. Roadrunners on a heater, playing their best ball. Ricardo Wright coming off the baseline run, but misses on the 3. Roadrunners right back up the floor. Ivy Curry slipping to the cup, but misses short.
Now that might have been the easiest shot he's had all night, and he missed that one. Big miss. Here is SMU in transition.
Hudson wants the lead. Book it. 3-pointer for the big man. SMU in front by 2.
9 threes for UTSA, now 8 threes for SMU. They said, hey, we can do it too, as the crowd is on their feet in Moody Coliseum, seeing what it can do if they can contribute to the last 4 minutes and getting some stops.
Ivy Curry over Lanier, misses, offensive rebound. Cutrell couldn't go back up. 3 for the lead by Carter. We're going around and around and around here in Dallas. Timeout as UTSA goes back in front, 69-68. UTSA back in front of SMU, 69-68. John Liddle back with Brian Burton. This game is nuts.
It has been bananas. We talked about this might have been the easiest look for Curry, and he misses it. SMU comes back and hits a big 3 by Hudson at the top of the key. And then UTSA says, you got a 3? We got one too. Ball game here in Dallas has been so competitive, so tight, so back and forth. Get their offense in the half court.
17 lead changes in this one. Smith, great feed from Wright, dumps it in. It's a 1-point game. Christian Tucker for the Roadrunners, the floor general. Out to the corner, Carter, what a 3! Oh my goodness, P.J. Carter, right in the eye of the defender.
Yeah, oh my goodness is right. Another 3 for Carter, his 5th of the afternoon. I don't know if there was a bigger one he's made than that one.
Smith turns the corner. Tyreek Smith, offensive rebound. Battling back up. Jaheim Hudson has the board. Loose ball. Back out to Phelps. 15 to shoot. SMU down by 4. Off of his foot goes right to Ricardo Wright. Phelps, big one. Hit 6. Timeout SMU. That possession did not go according to plan. A heart-stopping effort by the Mustangs, and Zurich Phelps nails a clutch three.
Well, we talked about the relentless effort early in the game and that pursuit of the basketball, those 50-50 plays. That was about as ugly of offensive rebounding as you could get, and it ends up right in the hands of Zurich Phelps, who makes a huge three to respond and get their team back in. Here we go back early on. That last three we saw from Carter in the corner to be able to knock it down, and here you see Wright with the drive, wide open Phelps, and he knocks it down right when his team needed it.
23s combined between these two teams. So how does UTSA, we said they've been playing well, 10-19 on the season, how are they leading the 19-9 Mustangs on the road? Big efforts from these two guys.
Yeah, they have a big-time offensive. We talked about it in the open. Keys to the game, they needed high-level offensive production. They've got it from these two young men, 30 points and 23. But the efficiency, over 50% for both of them, makes this team even more effective. That duo has really been effective, and they will need to be effective down the stretch as we got a one-point ball game. This game could go anyone and either way.
Both teams have a foul to give. Curry Ivy into the front court. UTSA safely across with a $1:20 to play, leading by 1. Roadrunners have won 2 in a row. They've had their best 3-game stretch, says Steve Henson. Here's Ivy Curry against Phelps. Great matchup. Picked up by Tyreek Smith. Has to give it up. Only 7 to shoot it for Christian Tucker. Whips it out. Deep three by P.J. Carter. Way off. Rebound knocked around. Was going to be a shot clock violation anyway, but Jalen Smith picks it out. SMU ball.
That was probably the best defensive stand in the half court of the day by SMU. Can they respond with an offensive possession just like it?
They need a bucket. Ricardo Wright comes up short. The rebound to Dre Fuller. Possession arrow favors UTSA. 1 timeout either side. Here we go. 17 lead changes today. Roadrunners looking for a bucket. Only 8 to shoot. Fuller. Ivy Curry. 4 seconds to bury the SMU Mustangs. And Jordan Ivy Curry may have just done it with another 3. Entry pass. Right. Trying to put it up quickly. Sidesteps. 3-pointer no. Ivy Curry will end it. UTSA comes to Dallas down by 13 early and wins their 3rd straight. Jordan Ivy Curry did it early and often, and he's standing by with our Breanna Sorensen.
33 points, and you sealed the deal for this UTSA team. What a crazy close game, but this is what March is all about. What impressed you about the way UTSA came out here and played on the road today?
I just want to give a big shout out to my teammates. We've been through a lot of tough battles. We was on a losing streak, but we had to fight some battles, keep going to practice, you know, keeping our head level and staying positive all the way. So I want to give a big shout out to my teammates for staying positive, no matter what the outcome was. So.
Yeah, like you said, this team was on a losing streak, but has been playing phenomenally these last few games. What has been the difference and the dominance of this team for the last few games?
We was always good offensively, but we have to step it up defensively. I know our bigs, we've been switching a lot, so our bigs been stepped up big time. You know, we've been fighting on the defensive rebounds and offensive rebounds. So our toughness, what we was lacking, and we've been bringing it these last few games. So that's what it's been, toughness. Our toughness has been the reason why we've been winning these last few games.
Your toughness has been apparent. Congratulations, and go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.